So he's doing well, some knight trades on the board, and now we're flipping over to Sergei Karjakin against Richard Rapport. And this one comes from a Scandinavian defense.
Yeah,
I recognize
I think
this.
I don't go back because they're going to make some more moves. Yeah, Scandinavian, which is, Rapport played 3 games, 3 openings. And I think he's not finished in this tournament.
And he's had a great score, actually, with his choices of the black pieces. Because here, I'm looking at this position, and I'm really liking Rapport's position. Because, I mean, the whole essence of the Scandinavian is to get the light squared bishop out. And if you can get that out and white hasn't hassled it, then it's just an okay position. It's good.
Yeah, I think black is doing completely fine. The queen on b6 puts pressure over the d4 pawn.
The bishop on c3 is bad.
Well, yeah, it's not something very nice. Black can even sometimes go bishop e4, and to go bishop d5 is an option. Rook d8 is, I think, would be the next move.
Okay.
That's what I'm expecting, kind of. Also, knight to e4.
So
there are a lot of, well, for now, knight e4 is not because of rook knight d7.
I think Sergei was
simplified.
Yeah, so I think he was a little bit worried about
Rook
knight
d8.
c4. You know, maybe the queen was a little bit offside, but after the trades, the rook comes to d8.
Yeah, sorry, of course, knight e5. The draw is a win for him.
Yeah.
Of course. So that's why there was no need, because after this, he's just going to be playing queen e2, knight d5. And look at that, what we have. White considered that this is the only way he can play for a win by sacrificing the queen, positional sacrifice, which is actually a good try. White wants to control the d file, double the rook on the d. And now suddenly the bishop on c3 has its role. g5.
g5.
Rapport style. h5, king h7, king g6.
Nice.
Okay. Rook d7, I guess.
Okay.
I don't think there is too much of an option.
Rook d7 on the board, and
On
I'm
the board.
expecting, I like your idea, h6.
Yes, but it's not so easy to leave the king because the f7 pawn is going to be under attack. So it has to be, black has to be careful also. A bit.
A bit.
A bit. But still, I would play h5 just to have some space for the king, just in case. But I like what Karjakin did, because from practical point of view, this was the only sensible decision for him.
He has played h5. You
Rook d1.
Rook d1, and then bishop. I mean, is there?
No,
any?
bishop g6.
Bishop g6 is a mistake because the bishop takes.
Well, queen is still on e6,
yeah, okay.
but I think white
Rook
goes rook e7, and already
bishop
after
e6.
that some threats bishop e6. So it can be extremely tricky. Black has to be careful a lot, because if black is not able to react properly, then white is going to play rook e7, double the rook on the sevens, and it's not very funny.
Okay.
Maybe a5.
a5 is something that I thought of.
a5,
Yeah.
but probably white is just going
a4. And it's a problem with this rook on a8. It's not in the game.
Maybe h4, h3. Look for counter chances on around the king.
Yep, h4 I like.
So if let's say h4, white can go h3 though.
And
Continue. Well, if
G5.
g4, then it can be simply takes, rook d4, and white black has can have problem on
he's played
rook
rook
h4.
f8.
So what? Rook f8. Rook f8. Is it a prophylactical move? What is his plan after rook?
Maybe
e7?
it's just
Maybe
panic,
he wants
actually.
maybe he wants to go e5.
e5? Ah, okay, with the idea of bishop e6.
No, but that looks very dangerous. I mean, the bishop on b3, that's a nasty bishop. That's a very nasty bishop.
Maybe
no, black
he
has to very fast, I think. So
maybe
after,
he has idea of.
I think he has to go. He has to go for
he
it.
has to go h4, right? And after h3.
No, actually, rook f8, rook e7. He wants to go quickly, king h7 to reach
then
out to
to
g6.
G6.
And then he's going to give up some of his pawns and look for counter chances with somehow queen d6, queen f4, and look into the stomach of white. White's position. Actually, black has to be active. He cannot go on passivity completely.
But okay, in this scenario, I'm just wondering whether you can go bishop b4.
If bishop b4, what about c5?
And then rook
d6.
Rook d6 is the idea.
Queen. Oops. Rook. I mean
Try
c4.
to trap.
Oh. Well, okay. Even this. Okay, takes, king h7 or bishop e4 first.
Okay, we have some moves.
Yeah, let's see what we have. Rook e7, king h7. This is what we were expecting. Okay, so bishop b4.
Maybe bishop e5 is another idea to kind of. No, you can't do that just yet. So rook d.
Well, I think after bishop e5, black would be going queen c5, and then taking on c2. Though it's not so easy. Still, because after bishop c7, bishop c2, rook c1.
Okay.
So bishop c2 is not possible, but he went bishop c4. Unexpected move, bishop c4 to me.
Now the king moves to g6.
Probably later on he wants to go to f1 with the bishop somehow to safety, but I don't like the bishop c4. But of course, he's under 4 minutes, so we have to see. Well, still, I don't understand. Maybe, he played bishop c4 in order that black is not playing queen a6 and queen e2. That was his idea. But now he's going to get queen c6 and queen e4, and now it's a problem for white. So queen c6 is the move.
Well, it's the only thing he can do because he has to activate the queen. And
queen c6.
So Richard Rapport just under 3.5 minutes, and I can say that the situation is quite.
It's on the board.
It's looking like Magnus will be
very fun
dispatching
game
of Ariantari in their game. So will be okay. So queen c6.
Actually, Tari is well fighting, but
with seconds left on the clock. And the bad position.
Two pawns on the 7th rank is also not helping his mood, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, and there we can see that there has been a result. Magnus Carlsen has won his Armageddon game.
So he collected another 1.5 point today. Okay, so what's going on? Bishop on f1, the safety mode, and after h4, h3. So somehow white is trying to stabilize his position and limit the possibility of black, but I have the feeling that black is going to be capturing on c2 and try to eliminate the white square bishop after that with bishop d3.
Yeah.
So
h3 on the board, queen takes pawn.
Unless after queen c2, bishop b4 and something like rook d7, and that's what he would want to have to grab the f7 pawn, I think. So black still has to be extremely careful. Okay, we played b6.
We have some moves.
Yeah, rook a7, g4, trying to open up in the king's side, which is very sensible, I must say. Because if you can open up the g file, then one day the rook can be even active on the g file.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking aggressively, if you can play pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn, and maybe h3.
Yeah, it would be a great deal for black to
expose the white king.
Open up the white king.
At the very least, you can try to make it perpetual, because a draw will be sufficient for Richard to take the 1.5 points.
Rook d7, clear idea by white to have a plan to play bishop b4, I guess, but also he's keeping in mind to
pawn
go
takes pawn.
Rook d4. So there is a whoops.
Wow. Pawn takes pawn. So
yeah,
after
I think
rook
it was important.
Rook takes queen, and then pawn takes. He has to do it.
Yeah, but now there is no way that that white can win this game, I think. Rook a4, important idea.
King moves to f5, I expect.
I think king f5, yeah.
And is played.
And that's the move. F3. No? F3 he played, yeah. Well, bishop should be taking on c2, I think. Play bishop c2 and then activate the rook.
Yeah.
But it's not so easy. It's not so easy. Karjakin plays extremely interesting and well, I think, this game, creating himself chances. And Rapport has under 2 minutes. Oops, this e5 I'm not sure I like at all.
He did that to eliminate the f6 pawn, so it's off the board.
Yeah, but this way rook e5. Rook e5, king g6 has to be made. And then rook d5, king f2, it's unpleasant. It should be holdable, but with the rooks it's a completely different story than only with the bishop. With the bishops it would be, of course, a dead draw.
Yeah.
But with the rooks, and of course, Karjakin is a player who understands these kind of positions so well. This intermediate move was very important move, extremely important move, because after the rook, well, actually white can grab the pawn, and that's what he's doing. He's taking bishop c7, and now it's going to be extremely stressful if he's going to be making a draw. I think it should be a draw, because his king should be running back and running to the other side, but king goes to d4, not allowing the king to activate on d5, king d4. Ah, and he does allow. What was the reason he allowed that? I don't know.
I don't know.
b3, a4, what is this position? I have the feeling that it should be theoretically a draw. But I think this was important that black achieved that his king is on d5. This should be a draw. I mean, the only chance would be to control the center with the king for white.
But okay, how is black achieving their blockade? So this is a nice move.
Well, now
actually.
it's very important, bishop on d1,
d1.
So he has to be making moves, king to a3, playing b4.
Okay, so he's just repeating a few moves to get to that move 40. They're on move 48. They're collecting 1 second, but it might be enough.
Well, let's see if this is possible to win. Of course, white has to go to a3 with his king to be able to push the pawn to b4. But actually, maybe it's winning because of the extra pawns on f4.
Okay, bishop goes to c2. Now it finally ends up on a3, and bishops are dancing.
If
they're collecting their time.
No, but after b4, black will go king c4.
Okay, it's on the board, and
yeah,
here you go.
And now it's going to be a draw, because you cannot bishop c2, and that's why it's a draw, because you cannot move your king. You have to push b6, and then black is in time to regroup his pieces.
Yeah, and then
bishop to e4 and b7, and that's already going to be, because if you can block on the white squares with your king, then you're defending your pawn on f5 with your bishop. So there's no
this is a very, very instructive way. And there you go. And
and this is already a dead draw. King a6, and
king takes pawn. But it doesn't matter, because the bishop goes to e4, and that's it. Draw.
Yeah, it was a tough game. Great performance by the players. I think it was a fantastic try by Sergei, sacrificing the queen. This shows really the class. That even when there are really tension and you have to make a decision in a second, right?
Yeah.
He was not even hesitating, because he understood that in that position, if we go back just for a second, where were we? After d takes e5, rook d8, if he would just go move away with his queen, knight goes to d5, he understood that there is practically no chance to create any difficulty for Rapport. Even actually black is better, probably just slightly, but there's no practical chance, and he was without hesitation taking on f6, creating some opportunity. So this is a very beautiful, instructive moment. And how were you able to handle the playoff in your game? With which emotions did you go, and you choose the Scandinavian?
Yeah, Scandinavian is nice.
And what do you think about his decision
No, I
after Rook FD8?
I
Were
think
you
EF6
expecting?
Yeah, sure. I mean, EF6 I think is the only move in such situation. Yeah, because okay, normally, I mean, okay, I am probably equal or a bit better, but like he cannot afford to play the symmetrical structure. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, I was pretty upset that I played Rook D8. I was thinking.
Yeah, probably just go, I don't know,
Yeah.
knight D5 or knight D4.
Yeah, like knight d4 maybe. Bishop. I was thinking bishop d4, but I mean like something like c5 maybe, or maybe not even to capture on e5, but like rook d8
Yeah.
because I thought he goes knight c4,
Yes.
but like queen a6,
Queen A6.
it's nothing.
That's what I was expecting, Rook D8
Yeah,
first.
I mean what I played was like very straightforward. Like I don't know, it's a classical game, but obviously after e6 with this time control and all the emotions, plus that it's me who is playing, things got complicated. Yeah. I am not sure at all about this.
Yeah, it's very difficult to evaluate the position.
Yeah.
I had the feeling that you really played well to activate yourself.
Yeah, I felt like I need to attack his king because again his king is super secured and he just wants to capture all the pawns in the seventh. Yeah. So,
Any crucial moment you felt?
I don't know. I mean, okay, first of all, like I'm not sure if I'd push the pawns the right way. Maybe I should have reversed them and go g4 h4 first and not h4 g4. And after this rook d7, yeah, I decided to call this Armageddon, of course, right? To just try to simplify matters. But
And you were sure about yourself that you make a draw here? You were not worrying much?
Yeah, it's like it's very sad to say yes, but like on the other hand, I mean, why not, right? So I thought, okay, the position is clearly versus. Yeah, it's clearly one-sided, which is not so practical. But we were already close to 40th move.
And you got this fantastic 1 second.
Exactly, that is more than what I
Saved
need.
your life.
Yeah. No, but I mean, this position actually got unpleasant, really unpleasant here because, like here he could just put pressure. So probably my decision of taking h2 wasn't good. Honestly, I forgot about this f3 idea.
That he goes out
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
check.
Because I figured I have bishop f3. I mean, after rook a4 originally, and I'm mating him, but I'm not mating him because he goes bishop e1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a small
Yeah.
problem. And then I had to enter this 3 against 2, which is I guess it's a draw with engines, but it's like really
Yeah.
unpleasant.
Yeah, but you made a
Yeah, he
great
made a
saving
mistake, I
here.
think. I mean,
Well, here it was strange that he didn't go king d4.
but he couldn't.
But bishop c6
bishop
and
b2,
b5.
yeah,
Okay.
Bishop c6,
I was
yeah.
complaining that he shouldn't
No,
allow
this is,
king
I
to
think, a
d5.
draw already. I mean,
is
this
a
is
draw?
this Fischer game against some player in the US, right? Which is in his 60th book, when he defended the same way. Okay, I don't want to, praise myself like I am so smart, but like there was this situation there, yeah, like he was completely losing the whole game, and then the white player, I think they was having.
Well, the difference is that you were not losing the whole game.
Okay.
Actually, you were not losing, I guess.
Yeah, but still, and then this king d5 is really important. I mean, like
Yeah.
when he plays before, I go next to the pawn, and this was they missed, or this was the white player missed in that game. Like I wait till he's on b3, and after he goes before, I need to be on time immediately to play king c4. Like so.
Yeah.
This is like UK. This is not too hard once you know this. I mean, back then it was a new thing, so he was really. Fischer was really proud of himself, but like okay, after knowing this game, it's not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thanks very much for sharing your thoughts. I hope you will have a good rest, and we wish you good luck for tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks.
And see you back here.
Yeah, hopefully.